Imagine this, an alien civilization scans Earth, searching for signs of culture, intelligence, and peace. But the first thing they stumble across is rugby. They don't see a sport. They see war. And suddenly, humanity is invited to join their galactic warrior council. It started innocently. A satellite relay, bouncing Earth's live signals out into the void. Music, dramas, news reports, all drifting into space like a digital message in a bottle. But on that day, it wasn't a political debate or a documentary traveling across the stars. It was the Rugby World Final. 2 nations. A stadium thunderous with chants. Cameras zoomed in on warriors, faces painted, teeth gritted, bodies braced for impact. To us, it was sport. To the aliens, it was something else entirely. The Zorkai Collective, an empire older than humanity itself, caught the signal. They expected to see a fragile young species still bound to its homeworld. Instead, they witnessed chaos and beauty intertwined. They saw massive humans charge headlong into one another, colliding like armored beasts. They saw scrums, where bodies locked together in primal struggle, every sinew straining. They saw players slam into the ground, only to rise again as if nothing had happened. The Zorkai were stunned. To them, violence was never casual. Combat was ritual. Sacred. Reserved for warriors proving their worth. And yet here was a young species, treating combat like entertainment. Across the Zorkai fleet, voices crackled over comms. Observe how they clash in great numbers, yet spare each other's lives. They restrain their killing instinct. This is honorable. Look, when one falls, another lifts him up. Even their enemies are respected in defeat. See how the crowd roars. They bear witness to glory, a ritual binding tribe to tribe. Even the referees caught their attention. Aliens mistook them for high priests, dressed in symbolic black and white, enforcing sacred law. Every detail became mythic. The ball, a symbol of contested power. The field, a holy battleground. The try-line, a threshold of victory. When the match ended and players swapped jerseys, laughing and sweaty, the aliens were astonished. Behold, one Zorkai elder whispered, they exchange trophies of battle. Their foes become brothers. This is not sport, it is the purest combat tradition in the galaxy. Weeks later, humanity's satellites caught something extraordinary, a signal from the stars. Not a warning. Not a demand. An invitation. Humans of Earth. We have witnessed your ritualized combat. Your warriors embody honor, strength, and unity. We offer you a seat in the Council of Warriors. Governments scrambled. Scientists argued. Was this a joke? A trap? But the aliens were serious. The Council of Warriors was no ceremonial club. It was an elite galactic order, where the greatest combat traditions of countless species were honored. And somehow, humanity had just earned a place. The world's reaction was chaos. Some were horrified. Wait, they think rugby is war. Others were thrilled. We're in the Warrior Council. That's awesome. And the rugby community? They shrugged and said, well, yeah. Makes sense. Almost overnight, rugby became a sacred duty. Matches were no longer just games, they were interstellar broadcasts, watched by billions across alien empires. For the first time, human athletes weren't just playing for trophies. They were performing for civilizations that interpreted every move as a holy ritual. Alien commentators narrated in reverent tones. The scrum, a test of unity, of tribe against tribe. See how they bind themselves together, shoulder to shoulder, no warrior left behind. That tackle. Such ferocity. Yet the warrior rises again. His pain is fuel, his endurance divine. And now they kick the sacred orb across the field. The crowd howls approval. Truly, these humans honor their ancestors. When blood spilled, the Zorkai saw it as a sacrifice. When a player waved to the crowd, they saw it as an acknowledgement of the tribe's blessing. When the referee blew the whistle, they believed the priest declared that balance had been restored. Inevitably, the Zorkai invited humans to play in their own arenas. Picture it, a rugby team stepping into a stadium surrounded by alien gladiators, reptilian warriors with fangs, insectoid duelists with serrated limbs, crystalline beings gleaming like armored statues. The aliens expected bloodshed. They expected the humans to fight for survival. But when the whistle blew, the humans didn't fight as individuals. They fought as teams. Passing, strategizing, communicating without words. Alien crowds were stunned. Many species fought bravely, but few fought cooperatively. To them, humanity's obsession with teamwork was revolutionary. And so the rugby players didn't just survive, they won. Back on Earth, governments struggled to explain. No, this isn't war, it's sport. But the aliens never believed it. Because who would risk so much pain, so much danger, for fun? To them, that only made humanity seem braver. A species so fearless that they turned combat into recreation. Earth's reputation skyrocketed. Suddenly, our diplomats carried the weight of warriors. Our negotiators were respected not because of weapons, but because of rugby. Even other sports gained new meaning. Wrestling became sacred dueling. Boxing became a ritualized challenge. Chess was praised as the combat of the mind. But rugby remained the crown jewel, the sport that made humanity legendary. Looking back, it's almost hilarious. We thought sports were just games. Just weekend entertainment. But through alien eyes, they revealed something essential about us. That we fight fiercely, but we don't kill. That we push ourselves to the limit, yet help our opponents up. That we turn violence into play, rivalry into respect. Maybe that's what earned us our place among the stars. Not our weapons. Not our technology. But our strange human talent for making war into teamwork. So the next time you watch a rugby match, remember, somewhere out there, an alien may be watching too. And in their mind, you're not seeing sport. You're witnessing humanity's sacred ritual of honor, our passport into the warrior council of the galaxy. And maybe that's the most human thing of all.